And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Duster Squad podcast. Back again, less than a week from our last episode. First week of playoffs is almost in the books. We got a couple games tonight, couple games tomorrow night, probably a few games on Sunday. I haven't actually looked that far ahead. Where would you guys like to start? I figured we could do two halves of the show. Well, first of all, has anything happened this last week in real life?
No.
Got kind of hot up here for a couple days. I didn't love that, but
yep, it was
Other
a
than that,
little
no,
bit
not
warm
much.
here as well. But then it got cold again. And then it's getting warm again. So
yeah.
that's fun. Okay, so where do you guys Yeah, it's gonna be AC season pretty soon.
So I guess it depends on whether or not you guys want to talk about your team series first, or if we want to talk about the West.
Well, let's do the East first. We're all me and Eric are ready to go talking about the East. So let's go. Let's start in the East. So the exact opposite of what I put in the outline. Okay, so let's go Florida, Boston. Have any of you actually watched any of this series?
Yeah, I've watched a good chunk of it. I stopped watching game 2 because it just started to get rough, and I was like, Boston, what are you doing?
And then they didn't play the last 3 seconds of the game, which was kind of weird.
Because it got really messy, right? Like they were just kicking out everybody by the end because there were so many fights. So they were just like
right at the end of the game.
So they were just like,
I didn't see that. I saw that in another game that we can talk about later. I'm surprised. Are any of you surprised that Boston dropped one?
I mean, I figured they'd lose a game. Like it's playoffs. Sweeps are rare. Like, and Florida's not terrible, but now today they're
kind of been like. So Bergeron hasn't played for Boston yet.
Yeah, that was the surprise to me.
I don't know if they're going to play him either. I think
he did not travel to Florida.
Yeah, I heard something today that like they basically, if they can, they're going to plan on sitting him out to just get him to get into the next series. That way, he's even more rested.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why would you play your hurt guy?
It's just tough though, because like now, if somehow Florida steals this next game, then Boston's down 2-1. That puts a lot of pressure on them.
It does
for game 4, right?
It does. Yeah,
I think it's no surprise that Florida stole one because of how well they matched up with Boston in the regular season. And I know like regular season doesn't matter come playoffs, but considering how great Boston played during the regular season, best NHL season in history, like the fact that Florida managed to, I think, split the series with them.
They did, yeah. It was 2-2.
Like, come playoff hockey, everyone's going to ramp it up. So
yeah, there's a degree of knowing your opponent too. Like, they shouldn't take regular season results as a be-all end-all, but like there's something there.
Yeah, exactly.
But of note, Krejci isn't in tonight either, and the Bruins are currently winning 2-0 with 14 seconds left to go on the second, and have been looking quite good.
Well, I'll tell you this. I forget what type of media I was intaking. I don't even remember where the hell I was, but I found out that this was before game 2. I found out that Bergeron hadn't played in game 1, and I was like, "Holy shit! No one's gonna beat these guys. Like that's like their top center basically didn't play, and they still won 3-1. I was like, dude, nobody's fucking beating this team. But then they lost the next game, so.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised, Ben, to hear that score that they're up, because it's like anytime you drop a game, right? The losing team is always going to come back with a chip on their shoulder, right? And Kreider said it in an interview, and I know we're not talking about the Rangers, but it kind of applies to any situation, right? The hardest game for a team to win is the game after you just won one, right? It's like your next game back in, you're going in thinking, oh, we're just going to roll these guys because we beat them last time, right?
Yeah.
All depends on mindset.
Well, it comes down to the fact that, too, like, yeah, in the first round, there'll be some weak teams, but everybody here is good to some degree.
Right.
Like, they're in the top half.
Every team that's in the playoffs this year has over 100 points. They're good.
Yeah. Right. So making sweeping generalizations based off of 2 games is probably not the best idea. You never know.
True.
But
very true.
Do we want to make some sweeping generalizations? Because those are fun.
Oh, 100%. 100%. First of all, I would love to see 7 games, Boston, Florida. Beat each other up.
I think it's going 6.
I wonder why you want that, Mike.
Beat each other up, dude. I'm telling you. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll go to Tampa, Toronto next because we'll go there next. But come on. Plus, it's Florida and Boston. That's just a good it's 2 hard-nosed teams.
Yeah,
going hard. I don't think it's gonna go.
It's a great series.
I don't think it's gonna go 6. I think Boston's gonna finish down 5. But
listen,
I would like to see
it's the equivalent
anything at the most 6, but
yes,
5 could see 5 as well.
This series is the equivalent to me of in 2019. Was it Florida Tampa first round? That series was crazy. I know, Mike, for you that was stressful, but dude, that was one of that playoff hockey was so fast, so physical. That was fun. That was fun to watch.
What year was that?
2019. Because that was when
No. It was not 2019.
Really?
It was definitely not
2020. Sorry.
It was 2021.
2021. It was their second year.
The
second
was it?
2020 was
2021.
Columbus, and 2019 was Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. That was. Oh,
2021.
yes.
And then 2022 last year was the rematch in the second round.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
the rematch.
In my brain.
Get them out.
In my brain. I'm trying to think. I was like, there were fans there. That's what I was trying with COVID and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to remember when there were fans, and it was we don't talk about
that. Was a good series. That was a good series. They got a real rivalry. You know,
yep.
The Battle of Florida, or the murder of Florida, as it was last year.
Yeah, that was a good series. Okay, well we'll go to Tampa, Toronto now.
The other Atlantic one, yes.
Yeah. So listen. So game 1 happens. Okay, yes.
I gotta ask you, Mike.
Are
you understanding?
Yes, I get it now.
I get it now. Fans a little more these days.
Okay, so just because they're so smug. And they have zero reason to be. Absolutely zero reason. Guys.
Yeah, I will say I obviously I don't have any stake in either of those teams, but watching that video that you guys whoever sent on Twitter, and you watch it, and these guys are just we're gonna fucking roll them. I'm like, based on what?
I know,
because you've never done it before. Okay, it's good to have pride in your team, right?
Yeah.
But it's that's a different level.
Yeah. And and I will say this, TSN, the Bar Down guys, I'm sure you guys have seen them, but Corwin is the Leafs fan, the big Leafs fan. He's not bad.
He's pretty tame.
He's fairly tame. I was watching their little after podcast thing that they did, and he was this and this, and he was fairly tame about everything, and I was like, okay, he seems all right. Those guys
there is a
that video, was that you that sent that?
That was me.
That was awful. What a bunch of smug chodes, man.
Because there is a way you can be you can talk about it and be like, hey, Tampa's depleted. Toronto looks better than they really ever have.
You can show some respect.
There's a decent enough chance, but the amount of people I've seen being they're gonna fucking stomp them. I'm like, the team that has never won a playoff round is going to wipe the floor with the team that has gone to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals.
The Lightning have lost. Mm-hmm. The Lightning have lost more rounds in the last 3 years than the Leafs have won, and they've only lost 1 round.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that out there. But no, let me tell you, this is gonna be a quick fucking series. And it's not going to be good for the Lightning because
I know that.
I don't know if you saw so game 1, a super blowout, 7-3. And then in similar fashion to last year, game 2 is the same thing, just reversed. The Leafs blow out the Lightning. And I'm not saying it's because of injuries, but they certainly didn't help.
It was noticeable that there were some defensemen missing. Yes.
I didn't watch game 2. Did Hedman come back?
No.
Or was he out?
That was
he skated before.
He was a game-time decision. and then he got scratched.
Yeah.
So
is he going to be back?
I remember after
game
one. After game one, like the Lightning defense is pretty short. After those,
well,
those
they
two guys
lose.
go down.
Okay, let's
there isn't
go.
much left, right? So they have Bogosian, right? Did they rotate him in?
Bogosian came in.
Dude, they brought everybody in.
Fleury came in.
I think it's Hayden.
Or Hayden Fleury, the other Fleury.
So let's go to game one.
Not ideal.
Let's go to game one. The bunting hit. I'm assuming you all saw that.
Yeah.
What do we think?
There was a wild amount of people trying to defend him on that one.
Also, how many Leafs fans on Twitter just asking for Lightning players to get hurt? Have some class, guys.
That was really bad. And it's like I was saying that in the group chat, I'm like, I don't want to do this because it's one fan, but like it wasn't just one. I was seeing a lot of people saying that.
I looked as well. It's like this shitload. So I'm like, oh my god, guys, it's a game.
Pretty fucked up. Anybody rooting for somebody to get hurt is fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So,
but there's a ref conspiracy against the Leafs, guys. That's the only way they can get in is if they hurt people.
There
was a lot of that going around too, where like they had a map of all the games that Wes McCauley's reffed, and I'm like, yeah, guys, the Leafs aren't good in the playoffs. You're gonna have a lot of losses in the playoffs.
So let's talk about the hit, right? So in general, that wasn't the only dirty hit that was in that game.
Absolutely not.
I think you can there's the McCabe hit that is just sticking out in my mind.
I can't believe that wasn't
levels
called.
Guy on the blue line, and his elbow right at the end of it is going up like that. I'm like, okay,
right.
They are hitting people in the head this game. Like
I will say on that one,
it's more borderline.
If you watch it a few times over, you can see a little bit of like it's more the elbow comes up at the end of the contact, and it's like it's already kind of happened. There's a little more leeway there, but with Bunting, he's just nowhere near the puck and throws an elbow into a guy's head. Like it's.
I watched a lot of that game, right? As Mike knows, because I texted him the whole time.
Yeah, we were texting each other.
When I saw that hit, I was like, this is a retaliation hit because a little earlier in the game, Chernak had hit Bunting into the wall.
No, it was. I know what you're talking about. Well, it might have been a check into the wall, but there was a hit after the whistle where he floored him. He just knocked him right over, and I think it was just because Chernak's bigger. And he knocked him over.
Didn't Chernak get a roughing call?
Yeah, he got a penalty. And I was mad. I was like, "Why are you doing that? Why would you? Why?
Because you responded to me and you're like, yeah, you can't take that hit, or you can't take.
Why?
Yeah.
What do you get out of that other than annoying him, I guess, and maybe causing this? First of all, I wish Bunting suspended for 3 games for that hit. It's a good amount. I wish it wasn't 3 games because I really think that he is more of a hindrance to that fucking team. So I wish he was going to be back early.
To have him on the ice.
I really do think that is the case.
I honestly thought he was going to just get 2.
Yeah, because he's a liability if he's doing shit like that, and like that wasn't his first interaction in that game where he was like, I don't know the right words to use.
What baffled
me wasn't his first bad interaction in that game with another player.
Yeah.
What baffled me was him in the box, just like watching the replays a few times and still yap. I'm like, dude, I'm watching the same replay you are. It was bad. Just shut up. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sure that I've been like this as well, but the biased blindness is wild sometimes. You're like, that's clean. What?
Yeah.
Eric, what do you think?
I mean, you guys basically said it all, but I will say I do think 3 games is a very fair suspension.
It's a lot for a playoff series, but it's a bad hit.
Yeah, but it's a really bad hit.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, listen, they usually go principal point of contact. That was the only point of contact. Was his head.
And also, he went out of the way to go because wasn't the puck rimming back up toward the
they weren't
line?
even close.
Yeah, he went. Not only was he not close, he went the other direction from where the puck was going. Like,
it was bad.
He went away from where the puck was going to lay that. So it's like, I don't have much sympathy.
And
no, exactly.
The finishing, or like, how this all finishes is that's probably a concussion, which means we're not going to see him for how long is at least the rest of the series, probably next 2 if they make it through this first one.
I think so. I don't know if it's the same for hockey, but concussion protocol usually for football takes at least a week to get out of.
Right.
Yeah,
you're already
on how
you're already into game 5 by that point.
Yeah. Oh, he's probably out for the series.
Out for the series for sure.
The severity of the concussion would be like how long after if they make it through.
Whatever.
Which is an issue because Chernak and Hedman, who is also apparently dealing with something, is the Lightning's top pair.
Yeah.
So if they're out for the series
last night that were trying where like they had no business in those spots, like God bless Hayden Fleury and Zach Bogosian and like all those guys that came in, but like it was exposed last night a good deal, I think.
I mean, listen, you take I mean, if you take out Toronto's top D pair,
it's probably not going to go.
Probably not going to be as well either. I'm not saying Toronto's a bad team, obviously, and I'd say Toronto is a better team than the Lightning, in general, like skills, and you look at the numbers and whatnot. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, and it's what we talked about at the beginning of the the last episode. They're getting a bruised and battered Lightning team. So and now we're seeing the effects of it.
Yeah, and like if Toronto wins the series, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Tampa's falling off." I'm like, "No, probably not."
I'm just
maybe
glad,
a little bit, but they've also lost a major chunk of their defense.
Yeah, I'm just glad, and Asamont is also out, probably with a concussion as well, because he also took a hit to the head.
Yeah.
But he's obviously
which I was surprised on that one. Because they he got back on the bench and he stayed on the bench a lot longer than I thought he would have.
He got pulled off pretty quick.
Yeah,
I think it was like he didn't step back on the ice.
Yeah,
no, but he was still sitting there on the bench. You're like, if you get hit in the head and he wobbled off the ice, you would have thought, okay, right down the tunnel because
usually that's how they do it. Yeah,
time. He's like sitting there on the bench and somebody comes over to him and he's like, you got to come, and he's like, okay,
yeah, yeah. I fully expect unless. Man, I mean, if Hedman comes back, there's a chance. I mean, there's always a chance.
Have they even talked about what's going on with him?
No idea. Undisclosed.
No, you're not gonna
disclose it because if they're like, his left ankle's bothering him. Like, what's every Toronto player gonna do?
He's just gonna get slashed in the ankle the entire game. Yeah.
Like they can't. You can't do that for that exact reason.
Like, I saw a clip of where people think that he re-aggravated whatever injury or did whatever, right? And like it was a check behind their goal, behind the Tampa goal. And then like he's just kind of like tooling around in their zone, and then he signals to somebody on the bench to switch with him, right? And then because I flicked the game over right when he was coming off the ice, and I texted Mike, and I was like, "What the heck's going on with Hedman? Why is he walking off into the tunnel? Because he looked fine. If you're just like watching him, you're like, oh, like what's going on here? Does he gotta just like take a shit, or does he have equipment problems, or what? Right?
Yeah, dude, he ate some bad chicken. I will say, after all of the Tampa's washed talk on the SDP, I am glad that they fucking pumped him in the first game. Because that's just a good.
That
feeling.
Was that was pretty good.
I like in that game how everybody's like, oh, it's the refs jobbed them. It was all the penalties, and then you look and
he had like one. It wasn't really that far apart.
I think it was like 8-4, but two of Toronto's 3 goals were on the power play. So
right,
it's like
I was nervous about.
Holy shit! Wes McCauley had a hell of a 7-goal night there. That's really was all. It was all Wes. I mean, come on.
He's a sniper. Okay, well, I'm about done with that. Series is tied 1-1. Game 3 tomorrow in Tampa.
You didn't want to talk at all about Game 2?
Game 2. No, I don't want to talk about Game 2. Do you see the score? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Also, I will say, barring all the talk of the first couple periods, because that was fucking rough. It was all bad. I did really like how Tampa ended that game, just fully just making a clown show of it and just doing every possible thing to get in heads.
That's what they do.
And
Corey Perry. Holy shit.
Let's go. I told you.
Like he's
I think he's got like four points at least.
It's funny this is happening because I think it's the morning show I listen to. They talk about like experience in the playoffs and like some of these players, like, you know, like Maroon and Perry, they weren't specifically calling them out, but they're talking about these older veteran players that like may not be major contributors to your team during the regular season, but like they have this switch in playoff hockey that they're like, okay, you know, this means something, and like they go into a different mode, and I'm like, here comes Corey Perry.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been great.
Which if Corey Perry is your leading scorer through the playoffs, that's not the right answer.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
No,
he
not.
might be doing pretty well though, actually.
He's
got
up there.
2 right
He's for sure up there.
Yeah.
He's got 2 goals. Point has 2 goals as well. I don't know for points, but
I honestly think in terms of going into game 3, that first one, like there was a bunch of defensemen in spots where like they didn't belong and they were kind of getting acclimated. You're going into game 3 at home. You're going to have the changes. You just got to score one first.
Well, that's what
they're
it
their
was.
own worst. They're their own worst enemy. You plant the slightest seed of doubt.
That's what
you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was in the second game. We were watching a YouTube video while we ate, and I was like, oh, and I got the little NHL alert that the game started, and I was like, oh shit. So I switch it over, and it's 1-0 Toronto, and I'm like, Jesus
they took
Christ!
a penalty early and
then I saw the goal,
yeah.
and I was like, dude, like, listen, Vasi didn't get a lot of help last night. That first goal, that can't go in, man. That was like
which he usually
shot
responds
from the
well
point.
too. So
He usually does.
He should be good.
He usually does.
I think there's a decent enough chance in game 3.
Yeah,
you just got to get the first one, and then because that's the thing with them. Like you saw in the end of that game that they were losing 7-3 was when they get down, they don't get angry, they get depressed. They get fuck, it's again. Here it is. Yeah, we're just fucking cursed. Yeah, like that. You just have to rattle their heads the slightest bit. Yeah, and you'll be fine.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, actually, I didn't even think about that. That is like looking at the contrast there between you've got Toronto who just kind of lays down and dies. And
by the time Tampa got to the third, they didn't give a fuck. They're like, all right, game's done. We're just having playtime now. We're just gonna
hit people and
run around, fuck you up. Like
also, how about that the Janot Shen fight? That was a pretty good fight.
It was pretty good both ways, and then Janot got some good ones in there at the end. Holy shit!
I was scared halfway through because Shen started hitting some big lefts. I was like, oh dear. But Janot stayed up. Also, Janot back in the lineup. Did not look like he should. So whatever he's got, he's still dealing with because he's not like skating as quick. He's not hounding the puck as much as he normally would be. But
honestly, my favorite part about game 2 was all of the camera zoom ins to John Cooper's face. Just like
he was so sick of it, man.
He was, he was. And like, I the reason that's funny is because he's obviously an amazing coach. So you just know it. He's probably just like, man, I'm going to tell these guys XYZ after this.
Also, the most emotion I think I've seen out of Cooper in a press conference. Did you see the question where they asked him about O'Reilly on the center depth? Yeah. That was probably the most emotion you've seen out of him.
What happened?
Like, they were like, what do you think of Toronto's center depth against yours now that they have Matthews, Tavares, O'Reilly as their 1, 2, 3 kind of thing? And he's like, what was it? Was like,
he was like, I'll take Point. First of all, he says, I'll take Point, Cirelli, and Paul all day long. And that doesn't even mention Stamkos is a fucking center. They just don't play him at center. I would honestly like to see. I would like to see them split up that big line.
Which is what's their?
It's Kucherov, Point, Stamkos. I don't like it. It's too heavy. It's too much in one spot. I like Stamkos
as a power play unit.
Give Stamkos a center spot.
Stamkos, don't even give him a center spot. Put him. I like Stamkos with Cirelli and Killorn. That used to be a sick line.
Actually,
Killorn is freaking slow.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Cirelli is not though.
The last thing I want to talk about with Tampa
in the playoffs,
or with the Tampa Toronto.
Yeah, let's
series
wrap this up because we've been talking about this for too long.
This is a quick thing.
It's pissing me off.
Do you see how many people got worked up about that stupid fucking goal that got called, that pin between the pipe and the skate? I'm like, guys, this is already like goal 6 of 7. They're not going to win. It's not the deciding goal. Like,
also, everybody got pissed off, and then an angle got put out around Twitter that just showed it better.
Oh, I never saw that. I only saw everybody getting pissed off.
There was a better angle that never got showed in replays that basically shows the puck in. And I saw it actually a little later in the night, but I'm like thinking to myself, you have to make a call on the ice. Either it's a goal or not a goal.
Yeah.
And then obviously they go to a review, and everybody's like, everybody's thinking the same thing. Oh, you can't see this puck fully cross the line.
Which is true.
From the replays that they show live on TV, right? None of them show it. And I'm like, okay, but you can't see that it also didn't, because at one point, where the point that you think that the puck, or where you're going to see the puck cross the line definitively, gets covered by a body, and you're like, now I can't see it because something just interfered with your camera, and now I can't see the puck. So it's like you can't prove either way. You made a call,
so you got to go with what's on the call.
So you have to stick with the call you called on the ice. Yeah. So it's like, get the one over.
The other one that people got pissed off
earlier. Like,
the other thing people got pissed off about was like, well, it was goalie interference. He hit his pad, and then
the puck was in front of the pad.
Right. I just wish like somebody on the CBC broadcast had said what they had said on the ESPN broadcast, where they're like, if it's a follow through of hitting against a loose puck, it's fine. If literally anybody had said that.
Wait, hold on. ESPN said that, but CBC didn't.
I'm guessing not, because nobody seemed to bring that up.
Interesting.
The other thing. What's that?
ESPN 100% said
well, good for ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN definitely did. I actually really like that they have Dave Jackson as their ref guy. That is like their rules analyst, they call him.
Yeah.
Because like people criticize him, whatever. Like he says his own kind of off thing, but like he's giving the perspective of what NHL refs are. Like whatever you think of NHL refs, he's telling you what they're thinking. Like he understands the thought process. Like he can tell you what's going on, whether you like it or not. He's saying this is why it happened.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Eric.
Oh my God! Please, is it a power play goal? Tell me it was a power play goal.
I don't know. It was power play, but it was Nylander's goal.
Oh my God! Please.
Let's spin there now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let's spin it over.
It was a power.
Go Lightning. Leafs, stop your fucking whining.
I don't know if I'll give you a go Lightning, but I'll say fuck the Leafs.
Listen, you don't see the Lightning people whining. You know what you see? You know what you see on Twitter from Lightning people? Man, they played like shit today. That's what you see, because that's what happened. All right.
Yeah, that's just the biggest thing. I was like, guys, you lost 7-3. Yeah, it
wasn't the refs.
I thought you had bigger. I think you have bigger problems in that game. Like,
okay. So let's head on over, or down for 3 of us, to the island.
Oh, the island.
Yes, Carolina. So this is a series that I believe 3 of the 4 of us chose the Islanders. I believe
we really wanted the upset, huh?
myself, Eric, and Benny.
We really wanted the upset. All right, that was pretty good.
All right, I'm glad I didn't mute you there.
It's well, as Nick's trumpet noise so thoroughly describes, not a great start for the Isles at all. Not a great start at all. They lose game 1, 2-1.
Gosh, what a boring game.
A boring game, lots of icings. Big takeaway.
That was a hard game to watch.
Matt Martin.
Another one. They just scored another one.
Oh no. Dude, what's happening right now?
3 minutes left in the third. Islanders are up 3-1.
Let's go!
Hey.
No, that deserves a few more.
I can't believe it. I feel like we're trying to rip off Steve Dangle watches a Leafs game.
Oh God, yeah, right.
Wow, yeah. So anyway, before we get to Game 3,
let's go back to Game 1.
Let's go back to Game 1. A 2-1 victory for the Hurricanes. The Islanders went 0-for-4 on the power play. I do want to credit Carolina's defensive systems and penalty kill. It's very good. Carolina's a really
good team.
Really good team. They're fast. They are structured defensively. And the Islanders just really couldn't get anything going. It was rough. It was Matt Barzell's.
No,
I was watching
those first couple games. It was bad.
It was rough.
You guys know who the Carolina stat leader is this playoffs right now?
I'm going to say Steph Nosen. Nosen.
No idea.
Brent Burns.
Oh,
I got it.
Old man Brent.
Yeah.
Hey.
I figured from the games I've been watching, he's usually on the power play or generating offense somehow. Yeah,
They're talking about him going into the playoffs. He had a streak of goals. And he's got each.
He got 18 on.
I don't know about this
one
right now, but I know that he's got 2 goals. Really he had goals in each of the first 2 games.
I wish the Lightning had traded for him.
According to the I think it's the ESPN broadcast. I don't know if it was on downstairs, but they said Carolina's D-core tied a record or something this year for most goals scored by a D-core.
Oh shit!
In Hurricanes history. Not like an NHL record. I think just for the club,
a franchise franchise record.
Yeah, our franchise record. Yeah. But Game 1 really not much to talk about. Oof, it was fucking terrible. And then Game 2 was just a disaster. Did you guys see? All right. Game 2.
So I watched some of Game 2 too.
I didn't see
the big story. The big storyline of this series that the NHL keeps pushing, because especially after Game 1 and how boring it was, is that Sebastian Aho is playing Sebastian Aho. And in Game 2, I don't know if you guys saw the own goal that Sebastian Aho scored on the Islanders. Of course, Sebastian Aho.
Yeah, he was laying down and it ramped off his stick back in, right?
So you guys didn't see. I might have to find this on Twitter.
I saw it, but I didn't actually watch the video.
Is that the one that?
Guys,
is that the one that bounced weird and Sorokin wasn't ready for it?
Yep.
And went in. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Yep. I need to fucking find this.
That's the other thing that while you're looking, I want to talk about Sorokin, right? First Game 1, it's not much to say. It was a close game. Sorokin did not look that good to me in Game 2. And there was a Slavin goal that was went right by his head. And I'm like, oh boy, that's not a puck that you can let in. Especially in Slavin's below the line. He was deep into the zone. I'm like, that puck that's a hard shot. Really hard shot. It's how would that puck go in? That's not a puck that should be going in.
Yeah.
In my
Agreed. 1000%. 1000%. I just sent this video. Okay. I'm just gonna say this right now. That's never a goalie's fault. That's never. How do you see the way the puck bounces? Do you see the way the puck bounces?
Let me look here.
He doesn't even see
he
it.
slaps it.
I don't really know if that's anybody's fault.
No, it's not. That's the point. It's not. It is just the freakiest thing ever. Listen, that's literally what it is.
If I'm pinning that on somebody, which I always do, I'm always blaming somebody. I'm putting that on Sorokin. That puck's barely moving, man. You gotta find that and snag it.
And yeah, so
but it's weird.
But
I will say it's weird.
It's weird, and also Sorokin literally he gets there. But because the puck bounces off the ice, it goes over his pad and under his blocker.
Yeah.
That shot could not be recreated if they tried it a million times.
I had one of those one time we were playing street hockey and I was playing goalie where it was the day I learned that you need to stand behind every puck coming at you, because I just put my stick out to try to gather it as it was going to me and it jumped over the stick.
Oh, yep.
The classic.
What a goal.
But yeah, so anyway, Game 2, that was one of the goals. The Islanders were fighting to catch up the entire game. They never had a lead until late in the third. They went up on a goal from Brock Nelson. Matt Barzell also scored the second goal of that game, which is great because he came back from injury.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time.
Get him going.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Nick, then Sorokin let up arguably his weakest goal of the game. Great shot by Slavin, but that puck still shouldn't go in the playoffs.
That's an impossible angle shot.
Yeah, and they tie at 3-3. The Hurricanes tie at 3-3, and the Hurricanes force overtime. So the Islanders were like 6 minutes away from stealing one on the road, and instead the game goes to overtime, where Jesper Fast ends it with a great wrist shot. The controversy, it's playoff hockey. Every freaking play is controversy. But Scott Mayfield is battling with a Hurricanes player and kind of lifts the guy's stick. But as he lifts the stick, the guy also is pulling his stick. And it comes up and it hits Mayfield in the face, right in front of the official. And they do not call anything.
I saw that.
Yeah, and the argument I heard behind this is it's the linemen. Linemen aren't supposed to call things unless they're egregious and your main refs don't see it, which that would be one.
Yeah. Mike Rupp he had a breakdown explaining why it's not a penalty, and like, especially in overtime hockey. And like, that's great, Mike Rupp. The Islanders had 0 calls that entire game. That's fucking great, Mike Rupp. Like,
and Rod Brindamore will also Rod Brindamore will say to you, somebody broke Teuvo Teravainen's hand with a tomahawk chop.
Yes, and it was Nick's boy JG Pageau who did
go.
That. How many times do people get slashed in the playoffs?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
And it just happened. Pageau's not going to be the guy who's going to hack someone's hand off. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's terrible. I like Teravainen. That sucks to see him out. As an Islanders fan, I mean, that's great for the Islanders because
that's one less threat.
But it's the same thing, right? Like, I'm not going to be like the Leafs fans who are like, like freaking at least we injure him in a blowout.
Keep
like,
going.
No, I don't want to see I don't want to see Teravainen get injured. But it's like, dude, like all these things, and regardless, right? I don't want to also like. It sucks that the Islanders don't get a call in that situation when the way everything is going, it's like, can they just catch a break once? Like, rightfully so. Can they just catch a break once? And it was a high stick. The guy did not have control of his stick. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I think so. I think Mayfield had blood on that play too.
Scored a goal as we were talking about him, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yes, Mayfield did have blood on that play. Oh, so, and I think I forgot to mention this. Sorry, Nick. On this play, when Mayfield got high sticked, 5 seconds later is when Carolina scored. So that was the same play that if they blew the whistle, the goal wouldn't have happened.
Right, and it's like, I know what you're saying too, and the fact that, like, so Mayfield's out of the play, he's not helping defensively at all, right? So they're shorthanded going back the other way because Mayfield's advocating for himself to the ref, right? He's like, what the fuck?
Which you can't do.
You
do not do that.
Out of that play, and now they're shorthanded, and no, not technically shorthanded, but like,
I know
the guy's not back.
Right? Yeah,
never in the history of the NHL has somebody complained to a ref and gotten the call. Like, I'm sure it's happened. I shouldn't say never. I'm sure it's happened, but it's got to be like a decimal of a percentage point when they actually get the call.
Listen, I'll tell you this: we always complain about NFL or NHL reffing, right?
Yeah, because they suck.
I think just professional sports in general, refs suck.
Hey guys, just want to say,
missed basketball calls. There was one last night in the 76ers game that you're like, how the fuck did that guy not get kicked out? There was the whole Max Scherzer baseball shit that's been going on.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And just in general, refs in baseball right now, oh my God, just reffing is bad across the board.
Hey guys, could we?
But the NHL could fix a lot of these conversations and a lot of this everything is if they just established a standard of calling things, like just call penalties, like
that is something they could do. But it is also something that we've talked about for many an hour on this show. Eric's got one more thing to say.
Can we keep talking about the Islanders because they're winning 5-1 now? It literally went from 2-1 to 5-1 in the span of.
There was an empty netter in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then Lee did get a tip in after the empty netter.
Hell yeah. But game 2 is frustrating. I just again. So aside from the penalty and the fact that the Islanders did not have the chance to use their power play, which has been awful.
Bad.
Absolutely awful. I do want to say that might not have changed the outcome. But the point is, lots of inconsistencies. Things were not going the Islanders' way. That is no excuse. When you look at one of the goals was that fluky goal, right, that went past Sorokin. And then Sorokin, who is stellar, lets in one bad goal. And then the Islanders' offensive firepower cannot compensate for that. They just got, like, the Hurricanes win those games. Again, credit to the Hurricanes. They win those tight games. They can transition and then beat you and score when they need to. But still, that was really frustrating. I felt that the Islanders deserved a break there, and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Game 3, which is absolutely off the rails. Yeah.
And well, there's 2.8 seconds left, and everybody's having some nice line brawl action right now.
Boy,
excellent. Is Matt Martin out there?
I don't know if he is. I don't think he's on the ice. Yeah, he's on the bench right now.
Oh,
I am going to say this.
Actually, I think he just got thrown off. I think he was in it.
I am going to say this. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
This is what you need to remember about Carolina. Do you remember this from last year? They can't win. They cannot fucking win on the road.
Yeah.
They didn't win a single road game last year.
Yeah.
They won every game at home until the Game 7 versus the Rangers.
So, Eric, your boys just got to take one on the road.
You got to take one on the road. You got to get
one on the road. I know.
And you'll be good.
7. Of course, if the Islanders win, this is going 7-2. Of course, they got to, like, make my hairs gray. I dye my hair.
It's just a matter of
my hair. They're still going to turn gray.
It's just a matter of it being a close series of two good teams, I think.
Yeah.
But they're back in it now. It's 2-1.
Yeah, they're back in it.
There we go.
That's the last thing I want to say. Guys, this is the first ever playoff game at UBS.
Oh, yeah.
And they're 1-0. They're 1-0
at UBS. Well done.
All the fans. I have a bunch of friends there tonight, too.
Ooh.
On Snapchat.
Well, they got a good game. And
Oh, it is rowdy is probably an understatement.
It is
what's happening inside that bar.
Lit, gentlemen.
As the kids say. Or do the kids even say that anymore?
No, I think that was like when we were in college. I think that was like that generation. So
that was Lit's heyday.
Yeah. I actually have no idea, man. I've always had the vernacular of like a 30 or like a 40-year-old.
So yeah, Islanders game plan going into the next few games, like you guys said, win a road game, and also give Sorokin some goal support for the love of God, please, just like you did tonight. Thank you.
Watching the Isles, it just feels more and more like watching the Habs. The amount of games I watch them piss away to Carey Price having to somehow score a goal because they can't score more than one.
They just got to come out strong Game 4 because the Game 4 is at home, right? And like, they're probably thinking, "Oh, we just steamrolled them Game 3 at home." If you go into that with the mentality, which we said earlier, you go in there with the right mentality, you should be able to take it, right?
I hope what the Islanders do after this game. Is watch Tampa Bay's top power play unit for like 4 hours straight and just like oogle and ogle at how good they are. And then
it was ass yesterday.
Well, yesterday. Aside from yesterday, okay.
They couldn't.
There was no Hedman yesterday.
They also didn't score on that 5-on-3, which I was surprised about.
They had a 5-on-3.
Yeah. Did they?
Tampa? Yeah, they did for like a minute and a half. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't remember that. I remember a Leafs 5-on-3
to a certain point. Anyway.
Maybe I don't remember.
The Isles and
Canes. Conference team.
We got 2 more series, don't we? No, we did Boston.
No, this is the last one. Yep, this is the last one. Yeah. So we've got the Hudson River battle of the Hudson, apparently.
I had New York in this, but holy fuck.
I had New York as well. I didn't think this, but
yeah.
I had the Devils because I thought home ice would actually kind of help them as well. And oh dear.
They're too close. They're too close. Do you hear when the Rangers score there? It's basically home ice for them too.
Yeah,
holy.
So the radio show I listened to in the morning, one of the guys, he also works Ranger games, and he's been having to go to Jersey for these road games. And the hosts asked him, because he's a producer for the show, they're like, "So what's the attendance split?" And it's basically 50-50.
I mean, you can hear it.
So you got a home. You pretty much got like a home. I know they're not an MSG, but like it's a home feel,
right?
Yeah. You get the cheers, you get everybody there. Like, it's, yeah.
And they're freaking rolling.
They are.
They're a good fucking team, man. And they loaded up. They got like a whole bunch of good offensive skilled players.
Kane and Tarasenko have both already been very good.
Ryder's been killing it on the power play.
Ryder's been just
doing what he does. What he does on the power play.
I remember last year, like we talked. Kreider had what 50 goals last year.
I think he had just over. I think he had 52.
The vast majority of which came from the power play, right?
Yeah, it was 52 goals, and it was like 25 of them were power play goals. And it's like Jesus.
Right.
And there wasn't like a whole lot of variance.
Maybe Jersey should get a body on him in front of the net because
he's big, and that's why you're so that's why he's so like good on the power play is because he's big, and when you're down a man, you can't stick a man on him just to push him out of the way. You can't do that because you just can't.
There's so many other weapons that like even if you do that, then you're leaving.
That power play is gonna be lethal this postseason. Like you do not
you can't take penalties. It's just probably not the same level as Edmonton because
I don't know, man.
It's just pretty fucking close. If it's
gonna be close.
Yeah.
Also, the Lightning had the second best power play in the league this season. I had no fucking idea. I didn't think they did, but that's what I keep seeing.
They do better.
I don't know. I don't know. That's just what I saw when I was watching the broadcast. I was like, that doesn't seem
fair
right.
enough.
Does not seem right. They couldn't score 5-on-5. That's what happened, I guess.
Even with all of the Rangers' success, they have one player. One of their best players has basically not done jack shit either. Like Zibanejad has been almost non-existent offensively.
Well, he doesn't need to be doing anything.
Not a great sign for New Jersey if that's again like.
That's not a great sign for anybody in the East.
Right.
Even Boston.
Yeah.
And then I do
have Boston losing to them.
Ben might end up being the most right here.
Ben's vibe based bracket is
there's so much fucking hockey still. I'm not trying to say anything, but
have you guys heard the Jersey crowd heckling Shesterkin too?
I have not.
So
I did.
They're
based
doing a
on
big
what?
Igor chant all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Based on what?
He's let in 2 goals in 2 games.
And one was a friggin' breakaway, or
one was a penalty shot.
So like, I think he's all right.
Probably don't chant his name. You probably don't want to do that because you just look stupid.
It's like all the Toronto fans booing Corey Perry, and I'm like, you're only fueling him.
Yeah,
like,
he likes this, guys. Also, you can't say Perry sucks when he has more goals than Austin Matthews. By the way, just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, he does.
Matthews disappearing in the playoffs? What?
I mean, shit hasn't really mattered so far.
Well, no. They're tied 1-1. They're fine.
It's so weird. No, we won't go back.
This is a Leafs hating podcast. I love it.
Yes, it is. Stop being so smug.
Much to say about the Rangers series. I mean, they're rolling Jersey right now.
I
honestly don't expect anything else to change. They're going home. They're in MSG the next 2 games.
Yeah.
You're going to have your home crowd.
Well, here's my question. Is this a sweep?
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to jinx it.
I think
it's a good possibility.
I could see it being 5. The thing with New Jersey is
I see it being 5 max.
Yeah, 5 max probably.
Yeah, I agree.
They kind of, I think, fell into the Florida trap that they had the last couple of years where it's all speedy, scory, win games big time all regular season, and that game just doesn't work in the playoffs.
They just don't look like they know what they're doing.
Which is probably partially due to it's all a bunch of babies that have
a bunch of young guys
done playoffs before. So it's all young guys. It's all new, so it's not that much of a shock, I guess. I did expect more fight than this, though.
It's one of your best players has basically not even been on the ice. Jesper Bratt hasn't done anything for them. It's like
that doesn't help.
Win.
And the other thing, I don't know how their goalies did, but I don't think they've been doing great.
So Vanacek's their goalie, right?
I think he's the one they've been rolling with. Yeah.
He got a little pumped last night. I mean,
So
it
what
was
do you
5-1
do?
both games, but like there was some goals last night where I'm like, jeez.
You gotta.
So what do you
You
do
want to
if
have that one?
If you're Jersey, do you say, okay,
Who the
I
hell do they
roll with
have
Vanacek
behind?
again, or do you
Oh,
go with somebody else?
Blackwood.
No, it's somebody else.
No, I think their tandem's Vanacek Blackwood.
I was gonna say,
heard it
where
was
is
some other
Blackwood? Because he was there. He was good. He was like really
Eric,
good
who's
that one
other
year.
Jersey goalie that you mentioned a few weeks ago.
Eric mentioned some New Jersey goalies.
Akira Schmid.
I think,
Is
yeah.
that
I
who
don't,
they
I don't
have
know who
back
they
now?
roll. I don't know who they decided to go with as their tandem, but
Akira Schmid is who they have.
regardless, right? Do you go with your other guy now and see how they shake out in game 3?
Jeez, man. I mean,
Yeah, change it up.
5-1, 5-1. Yeah, you gotta switch it up.
I feel like I was gonna say it's more so a team thing, right? You're changing the goalie to send a message to the team, right? Like,
It
hey
was
guys,
Blackwood.
let's.
I think it's more sending a message to the goalie that got railed.
Well,
Two games
both,
in a row.
yeah, but also both, but like also the Devils have 2 goals in 2 games. Like the Islanders kind of have
That's
not
the thing.
that many goals. Like just send a message to the team, you know.
That's the thing. If you can't score, and like the other team's like, well, I only need to get 3 goals. We only need to get 3 goals, and we win the game. Like if
And the
that's the
Rangers
situation, that it's like,
Yeah.
that's pretty easy for the Rangers, especially.
It's like, how many times is Shesterkin going to give up 3 goals in a game, though, right?
That's the other thing.
Like, their defense is too good. Like, I would say the crux of the Rangers is their defense, and their defense is still pretty good. And like, they have all of the offensive
It tails
firepower.
off after the first few guys, I will say.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, like, if you can somehow, I don't know, you got to compromise defense somehow. But like, regardless, Shesterkin.
I would say their defense is their least, their like worst part.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like at the top, it's pretty good, but like at the back half gets a little iffy.
They've got a world-class goalie. They've got unbelievable amount of talent up front.
Yeah, which is like that's the thing. I think they have enough everywhere else.
Wait,
cover the problem.
And no, Nick. Also, yeah, their top 4. It's Fox, Truba, Lindgren, and Miller. That's
Lindgren.
Really.
Did you see that goal?
I'm sure Lindgren isn't he a little hurt, or I did not see that goal.
What a goal!
Yes. No angle. It was like Slavin's goal.
There was that much space.
That I watched the replay. So I was watching. I was going back and forth, and I saw that goal live on TV, and I was like, "Where was the hole?" Because if you see watch the back, because they showed the angle, it's like, okay, Vanacek's there in that spot. His head is there up against the pipe, and it's like, oh, he just wiggled a little bit, whoop, right there.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
They look good.
Also, slight update in the Boston-Florida game. Boston's up 4-0 with 6 minutes left.
Damn. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to our break. But of course, gentlemen, would you like to do a little hurdle?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, alrighty then.
Weedle.
It's hurdle time, boys. Let's go.
It is hurdle time.
Oh man,
Jesus! Oh my God! Stop! What the fuck?
You're the in-house sound guy, dude. Legendary timing on all of these.
Mike wanted to mute me.
Well, because I never know. Listen, I never know.
Nick, don't act like you don't have a pass that would suggest that might be a good idea.
Don't act like you don't have a button pushing problem.
I agree. I probably shouldn't be trusted, but I'm trying to take this as professional as possible.
Nick Ashline, the Department of Player Safety has determined that due to your history, you will be muted for 5 minutes.
You're under 5-minute mute. Is everybody watching?
Of course, as soon as I said something, Florida scored a goal.
No, let's go.
Well, all right, here we go. Oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. That is Patrice. That's old Patrice.
If we're wrong,
it's gotta be.
it.
Ho!
There. He has a very distinctive hair jaw like combo there.
And fade.
The only other guy it looks like was Timo Meier.
Yeah, Timo Meier was another good guess. All right, well, we got to do another one there. That took us fucking what, 10 seconds?
Thank Christ we got a fucking easy one.
I
Jesus.
know, really. Well, get ready, because this is going to be the Anaheim Ducks 4th line plug.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Here we go. Oh my God. Wait.
That
I know.
on?
No. That's Eric. Who do you think?
Ryan Suter.
You think Ryan Suter? I was gonna say Lucas Raymond.
Well,
Maybe
let's
Lucas
try.
Raymond.
I'll try Ryan.
You know
Suter.
why? Maybe I'm thinking Suter because I've seen so much about it. We're gonna get to that in the next section, but
Ryan Suter. Oh, it's West, so it's not Lucas
in
Raymond.
the West.
God damn it! It's Pacific Division as well. Give me a 4th line Ducks player. It's one of them.
No.
We had to say something. We had to say something. Yeah, there's like nothing to go on here.
What does Yanni Gourde look like?
He's got more hair than that.
He's
I can
not
put
that.
him. I can put him to get them crossed off.
Wait.
He's a center, I think, though. So.
Yeah.
Ryan
yeah.
Oh wait,
Donato.
yeah, let's do it.
Ryan. Okay.
Donato. That's a better guess. No, no, he's American.
Not
a
a
center.
center.
Oh, whoops! I didn't know he was.
All right. Oh, God damn it! We had to go for another one. All right. So give me a Golden Knights winger.
Oh, Marchessault.
I don't.
Oh, wait.
I think that's
yeah.
Marchessault.
Is it? I thought he had longer hair.
Yeah, that's a good.
Good try. Canadian. Left winger. Give me a.
Oh wait. Oh no, never mind.
Give me a San Jose left winger. Couture. See left
I
wing.
don't fucking know.
It's not him, but is it a goalie?
That's what I was thinking. Could be a goalie.
Let's get a left winger out, and then we'll know. I hope it is a goalie because that's usually easier to get.
Could we guess Vamelka or whatever that guy's name is on?
He's not in the Pacific.
Yeah, I think that's Central.
Oh wait. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh. Okay.
Look at this 47 ad. Get out of here. Okay.
Seattle threw me off. Sorry, Seattle.
Give me a.
Is it an Oiler? Maybe.
Ooh.
Is it an Oiler?
Wow,
Is that
Is it
Nugent
Evan
Hopkins?
Bouchard?
Is
It's not a
No.
defenseman.
Nugent, is he a left winger?
I don't
He
know.
is not.
No, he's a center.
Okay, not Edmonton. Calgary.
So he's like 28
that
or
Kadri?
29.
Is it Huberto?
Kadri's a center.
Shit.
It might be Huberdeau though.
It doesn't
'cause
look
he's
like
a left
Huberdeau,
winger.
but let's
Yeah.
try it.
He cut his hair.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Oh,
God
How
damn.
can we be so close?
my
Yet so
God,
far.
dude.
We just
Hey,
need
we
the
got
team.
4 Pacific teams down.
All right, left wing. We do have 4 Pacific teams down. Yeah,
So
the
who's
ones
left?
that we know people on.
Is that somebody on LA maybe?
Vancouver.
Dude, this could be anyone. Oh,
Is that
Vancouver.
Velarde?
Velarde. It's not a goalie. It's a left winger.
Velarde is not a goalie. He
Oh,
is
shit.
a
Yeah,
forward.
he's a
I don't
he
know
is.
what forward position he is, but he's a forward.
good guess. Good guess, Ben.
Right winger.
Fuck.
No.
Okay,
so
we
we're-
have 2 more guesses.
Yeah, we're not getting this.
Vancouver.
Is it a Vancouver?
Is that JT Miller?
JT Miller. That was the
It's-
guy I was
I
thinking.
I
too.
don't think it is. He's got longer hair, but we'll put him.
Yeah, he does. Don't waste it.
Yeah, we won't waste that.
Besser's got longer hair too, so it wouldn't be him.
Pedersen doesn't look like that. I don't know anybody
I don't
else
know
in their
anybody else.
goddamn team.
Wait a minute.
What other teams are we not thinking of? We have
Wait a minute.
Anaheim,
Oh.
Anaheim, San Jose, Vancouver.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Can we guess Anthony Beauvillier?
Sure.
Ah. Huh?
Oh, nice.
That
Vancouver.
is
Vancouver. Vancouver left winger.
Fuck, I really thought. Dang it.
Damn. They're
Oh,
20,
wait. Oh,
29 years
he's-
old.
Yeah, they're 29.
I thought JT Miller had shorter hair.
Do you want me to put him?
Is he
Maybe
even
it
a winger
is.
though?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's a center.
And is he even Canadian? I don't even know.
Oh, he's definitely American, actually, now that you say that. Yeah,
Oh
he's definitely
yes,
American.
yes, he is. He is. Good call. Good call.
Fucking, why you gotta give us these trash players on these trash teams?
Oh, Tanner Pearson.
Fuck it. No.
Yes. Wait,
No.
no.
It's fucking.
That got me too.
It's Philip Di Giuseppe. Who the hell is Philip Di Giuseppe?
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that was a name.
I
right,
thought we
boys,
had
I'm
one
gonna
more
hit
guess. Oh,
God
no.
damn it!
I thought you had it, Eric.
I
know,
thought,
me too.
when it popped up like that, I was like, yeah, but I remembered it
All
was
right,
the last.
let's do one more, guys. One more quick one.
Yeah, we need
one more
one
quick
more.
one. We need redemption.
Also, I may have
all
fully
right.
jinxed the Bruins. It's now 4-2 with 4 minutes left.
All right.
That
So
could
what do
be
we think?
anything.
What do we think about this, guys?
The
I
Void. Damn, I didn't know he was still playing.
What the fuck? All right. Let me.
was gonna say I have a black box if it's just me.
Hey, there we go. That looks like
Wait, did
Ryan
you actually
Reeves.
see a silhouette there, Mike?
No, I didn't. It was black
Okay.
box. This looks like Ryan Reeves to me.
I'll give it a go. Because I have no fucking clue.
This looks like the Reeve man. Okay.
Jesus. All right.
All right. So Eastern player. Okay, there we go. That's good.
Can you
East
go
player.
with Meyer on that one?
Not Canadian.
Meyer?
Yeah, do Timo Meyer.
Oh, Timo Meyer. Okay, okay. Timo. Oh, nope. Metro though. Metro.
All right, give me that silhouette again.
It's such
All
a
right.
weird shape.
Not a right winger. Possibly American. Could that be a Zach Parise? No. Could it be a Islander? Could it be an Islander, Eric? Does that look like
Can
an
you guess
Islander?
Sorokin? Can you guess Sorokin?
I can guess Sorokin, yes. How young is Sorokin?
Well,
Not a goaltender, not an Islander.
What about Chris Kreider?
is that?
Kreider. Mr. Chris. Nope.
Oh,
American.
American.
31-year-old American.
American.
We're whittling it down here. Carolina.
Are they a center?
Is that a Stahl?
Is that a Martin
Look
Nuke?
like one.
Is that a Jordan Stahl?
It might
Wait.
be.
Yeah, that might be. That's a good guess.
Is he
Wait.
31?
Stalls are Canadian.
Oh, they
Oh.
are. Yep.
Yep.
They are Canadian.
Is Martin Nuke? Jordan Martin Nuke?
Jordan
Is he,
Martin.
Is he a center?
That sound. I thought he was.
All right, I guess it could be a defenseman too.
Also, is he Canadian? Is he Canadian, Martin Nuke?
Well, let's find out.
Couldn't tell you.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
And he's a left
North
winger as well.
Carolina.
All right, we gotta guess.
We have 3 guesses left.
Okay, so hold it. It's fucking Columbus, man. It's gotta be.
No,
All right, give me
No.
a Philadelphia, Pittsburgh defenseman. Dumoulin, is he still there? Is he
Is it?
American?
Fucking Crosby.
Yeah,
No.
Dumoulin's American. Wait,
Oh, okay.
Is-
No, it's not.
Is he there? Is Dumoulin there still?
He is still there.
His jersey number is 8, which matches up with what we say, but I don't think he's 31. Is he younger? Is he older than that? I thought he was older.
I don't think he could be older. No.
You son of a bitch, where'd he go? Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
feeling it, boys.
Wow! Well
There we
done,
go.
dude.
Thank you,
Very
Nick.
nice.
Well
Very nice.
All right, we're gonna take a little break and we'll be back. Gosh, what a success. And hello. We are back. All right, let's talk about the West, gentlemen. What do we got here? Let's go. Let's go Vegas. So Vegas plays Winnipeg. I believe all four of us chose Vegas in this one. And Winnipeg goes. Actually, every single away team took game 1 in the West.
Yes.
Little fun fact for you. So Winnipeg comes into Vegas and absolutely slaughters them in game 1, 5-1. So a big shock. And then what happened? They're tied, right?
Yeah. Yep. Vegas came back and did the same
slaughtered
thing.
them.
They won 5-1. It was
There
literally the same score too, just the other way. Mark Stone got 2 goals too, and he really seemed to, because the first game was his first game back from injury for a while, so he kind of was a bit out of it. And then second game, at least from what I've heard, because I've actually not watched a single moment of this series. Mark Stone scored twice, had a really good game. Brought him back into it.
It was 5-2 last night. I you said both were.
Those friggin' games are on so goddamn late.
I know, it's so late for us Easterners.
I've been watching West Coast games, just not that serious.
I've been watching. So first of all, before we move on to the series I've been watching, what do we think's going to happen here? You think Vegas was awoken and they'll do their thing, get through it, or do you think Hellebuck carries Winnipeg through?
I think it'd be a little closer than I originally thought, but I still think Vegas will probably win it.
I agree. But no, it all depends on Hellebuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
It all depends 1,000%. On Hellebuck.
Yep.
So we'll have to wait and see. But maybe I'll probably try and tune into some more of those. Is that tonight? No, that was
tomorrow.
Yesterday. That was yesterday and tomorrow. Yep.
We got Dallas Mini and LA Edmonton tonight.
Okay. I have been watching the Dallas one. But
As have I.
The one I've been paying closer attention to, because they're my West team, is Seattle, Colorado. Seattle surprises the defending Cup champs. It's their first postseason win. They've looked really good. They even looked good
had
yesterday.
It last night too. Yeah, they could have had that. Colorado came back and had a really strong third, but they've been fun so far. Which I would not be against it, even for my bracket's sake. I only had Colorado making it to the second round, I think, so it's not like it's gonna fuck me up that bad. Go Seattle.
The biggest thing about Seattle is that series is fun because Colorado is such a fast team, and the fact that Seattle's kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine, speed wise and puck movement wise, it's impressive.
Yeah, because that's something Colorado didn't see at all last year.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! They just flounced their way through the fucking western side of the bracket.
But yes,
Edmonton still
Edmonton at the end.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Louis was good.
Seattle definitely is forechecking really hard. They're playing playoff hockey, the speed and everything. I'd say the biggest story for me, and I was not expecting this to be a storyline, is Philip Grubauer.
He's been good.
When the Avs kept losing in the second round, everyone would point. Well, not everyone, but people would point fingers at Grubauer, make a save. And so far against Colorado,
he's made some saves.
He's making some really big saves. And Seattle can confidently play that fast-paced kind of high risk, high reward hockey because they have him in it. So that's a fun series, really fun series. That's out of all the Western series, the Kings and the Oilers and the Kraken and Avalanche are the most entertaining to me. So far.
Kings and Oilers for sure. No, I've been I like the way Seattle's playing for sure, and I like Yanni Gourde, baby. He is still Gourde, just as fast.
That Tanev goal last night, all Yanni Gourde.
Yes.
In the corner, poking the puck, all Yanni Gourde.
Oh, yeah.
That was some good forechecking.
So good.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, Dallas, Minnesota. Benny's been watching that one. As you can see, he's wearing the Dallas jersey. They are
bandwagoning over here.
They are his cup winner on his bracket, as is mine and Nick's.
Is there a number? Name a number?
No, it's blank.
Nice. Blank.
It's a blank. So, I think I spent $25 on it. It was cheap buy.
Yeah. Like the first two teams, right? The road
Minnesota
team took the first game.
Yep.
And then
I did not watch the end of that
it
game. That one went a little long. But I did watch game 2, and that second period was just a fucking shit show, and it was great. I loved it.
Show.
It's great when you I have a little bit of a stake, but not really a stake. It's like I want Dallas to win because I picked them or whatever, but like
Yeah.
whatever.
Who really cares?
So like that, it was just a roller coaster back and forth. Dallas had like a spurt of a few goals. Minnesota scored twice in like 12 seconds to get them within a goal. And then Dallas won again and scored another couple. Like it was just a wild second period. And Fleury did not have the best second period.
Yeah, so that's a question I wanted to ask, right?
Yeah.
So they started Gustafsson in game 1, and he had like what 40, 50
something, I think,
like
saves. He was great.
Why pull him for Fleury?
The reasoning I kept hearing was they've been a tandem team all year, kind of like Boston, and they, I guess, viewed it as they took the game 1 already. I think they were down a couple guys. Or they were still down Eriksson Ek, and I think Hartman got suspended a game or something. He either got suspended a game or he was out for that game. And they were like, all right, we don't want to. He had a double overtime game. If we already got the split. If we could maybe get some rest, Fleury's still good. It'd be useful to have him rested for when they get home.
Okay.
It's just we don't see it very often, and he had a really good game. But like I can see. Like, I don't think the fact that they got pumped because like it was just a lot of rush chances or whatever. I don't think that means that it was necessarily a bad idea. I mean, it looks like it is because Fleury lost and it was a 6-3 game, I think, at the end. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It was poor.
It wasn't great.
I see that reasoning for sure.
But
listen, and hindsight's 2020. Like,
yeah,
like obviously the reasons make sense, and then afterwards you're like, oh shit. Probably
they just because like they just could have easily won the game like 4-2 or something. Like,
and they would have looked smart. They would have been like, "Wow, they got 2 goalies to go to. Holy shit!"
Right.
But now we see that they do not. As much as I love Fleury, not looking like an option currently.
Yeah.
Okay, and the final series that we can have a quick chat about.
Before we get there, I just want to I think I sent it to the Twitter group chat. There's been some coach to coach drama in the Dallas Minnesota series. They've just been going back and forth in press conferences, and it's been really
this
funny.
is some right here.
If I remember correctly, it was like something to do with like Pete DeBoer was saying like, oh yeah, they were like the 6th most penalized team in the league this year. They're going to be doing stuff like that. We got to watch for it. And then the Minnesota coach was like, oh well, we don't dive on the Wild. That's not something we do. That's just some people might, but that's not something we do. And we just we saw some big guys going down pretty easy the other night or something like that. And then Pete DeBoer came back and was like, that sounds like some pretty good deflection right there. And, he's like, that's some good coaching.
Dude, they should do a tandem press conference. Have them sit at the same table and answer questions. How fucking sweet would that be?
That would be like the fucking presidential debates.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good.
Dean Evanson is scary too. Minnesota.
Yeah, man.
He's like, I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of that guy.
Talking about Creed.
Actually,
Creed Bratton.
Yeah,
that's even better. Yeah, wait, Dean Evanson and his look, and also Pete DeBoer and he's just always doesn't change his expression ever.
Like
he did not. He could not have given a fuck. He literally heard that. He heard that thing where like Evanson came back with that, and he literally just laughed for a second. And was like, that's some good deflection right there. It's some good coaching. Watch that clip if you haven't seen it. It's pretty good.
Okay, so LA Edmonton, another round 1 rematch from last year.
Indeed.
Which I believe Edmonton took in 7 games in overtime. No, it wasn't overtime because it was like
remember.
I think it was 2-0. They won by 2 goals. I think it was 2-0. But Connor McDavid had a few goals, I think. But I do remember one Connor McDavid goal where I didn't know what the LA Kings guys were doing. He did, but also like the Kings defenseman just kind of did nothing. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Go out
If
to
I
him.
remember correctly, I think they were waiting on a penalty, but again, we've established.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Play it to the whistle and you play the puck. Anyway, as we said, the road team gets the first win, so LA comes in and stuns them, which was wild because didn't Edmonton have like a 2-0 lead?
They had a 2-0 and then
something?
I think they had 2-0 and
3-1.
then 3-1. Yeah.
And
then,
the Kings came back both times and won it in OT. So
late tying goal. Well, they won it. Yeah, right. And then the second game, it's game 2. They also came back from a 2-0 deficit against Edmonton, and then Edmonton ended up getting the win. But
dude,
keep coughing up leads, the Oilers.
I know they need to stop that. If
there's ever a game where LA scores first, they're fucking screwed.
Seriously, dude, I can't believe though. Watching part of at least at the beginning of both of those games. Oh my god! Like LA looks so outmatched. It's wild.
It was really weird because like I straight up stopped watching game 1. I just saw the first couple of periods of what Edmonton was doing.
You're like, this is done.
This is not going to go well. I don't see this getting better.
Wow.
But then Korpisalo has just kind of held them in it enough where it just gives them enough time, and they've been opportunistic enough on their chances that they've stayed in the games. But yeah, Edmonton's been looking really solid.
Dude, that is exactly what I did. That game 1, I literally watched the first period and I went to bed because I had work, and I wake up and I check my phone and it's like Anze Kopitar leads Kings to comeback victory with 4.9. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? This is not real. Crazy.
That's wild. So that's another one that looks like it may go 7. If it does, who cares?
Question. Here's my question. Here's my question for you guys. He's been okay. I don't want to say he's been like sticking out like a sore thumb, but do you think Stuart Skinner improves as that series goes along, or the Kings get to him?
I think he might just be what he is. He's a young goalie who's not really done this before, and he's been pretty solid enough. But like some stuff might happen, some goals might go in.
Okay. I don't know. I wonder if like he's been fine, right?
Yeah,
he's not been terrible. I wonder if he has a bad game if they try Campbell. Because if you remember back to last postseason, the reason the Leafs lost that series was not Campbell.
No, Campbell was good.
He was going
toe to toe with
a whole
season of him being.
But then he sucked ass.
Real not good.
And I like the guy. Seems like a good guy. He sucked ass.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. I hope that the Oilers take it. Obviously, I want the Oilers. I want the Oilers to go pretty far this year because it's McDavid, and I feel like it's that year. You know, it's about that time.
I mean, Eric definitely thinks so.
I do.
Eric for sure thinks so. Yes.
I have the Oilers.
I don't know if it's that. If it's time for that, Eric.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Well,
you got to go through a couple crushing conference final defeats before you can do that. All right?
You do, and also an embarrassment in the first round as well.
Damn. So they got like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
now,
they got a little bit.
Tampa really went through the ringer.
Listen, I saw this the other day. The Lightning lost to the Bruins in the Eastern Final in 2011. I didn't know that. I didn't know they made it that far in 2011.
Yeah.
I remember you rooting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you probably just forgot it in time.
I just forgot.
Time passed, but
it's been fucking 12 years.
I think that was Dwayne Rollison's like old man year.
Oh,
where he stood on his head at like 41.
Dang, man.
If I remember correctly.
I don't remember that. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I needed to shout out, and I never shouted it out. Brian Elliott, final game of the season plays. 32 save shutout. Probably his last game ever in the NHL. So I just wanted to shout that out.
Yeah, you
Good job for that guy.
Think he's retiring?
Yeah. Unless they decide. Pretty sure he's like 38.
Oh shit! Well, I guess he has been around for a while. That is a name
maybe?
we've been hearing for a minute.
Well, Tampa can get a really seasoned backup if they want. Cam Talbot's on the market.
That's all they do is get seasoned,
or
okay backups
for
less than $1 million.
a lightly used Jake Allen.
Probably, but
he's probably too expensive. Actually,
he's a little bit too expensive.
I saw it today.
We'll retain.
Not to shift things. I don't think
I'll
we
get
talked
Kent
about
on the
it.
phone.
I don't know if we talked about it last week, but just a little bit of Senators news popped up this week. I think, and it was announced last week. They aren't going to bring back Talbot next season.
I did see that.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to. I don't know what they're going to do in goal because they aren't going to have Forsberg. But
what? Why?
He had his double MCL tears.
Oh,
I would be shocked to see him next year.
So what do they got?
Mean,
do they have a Gustafsson?
No, that was who went to Minnesota to get
Gustafsson to Minnesota.
That's the Gustafsson that had the 50-something saves.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
never
upsetting.
Really looked that good in Ottawa, so I can see why they did it, but it sucks now.
Are you wondering if there's a common denominator here? And it's Ottawa's defense.
Which I mean, they did just kind
of shorted up a little.
Yeah.
The only other thing, or the thing I saw today too, is they're going to qualify DeBrincat. Which
do you guys think he signs? Do you guys think he signs?
Seems pretty hesitant at the moment, which could just be really stiff negotiation. But there's been a lot of smoke about the whole maybe trading his rights at the draft situation, maybe kind of thing.
I say do it.
I don't know.
I mean, if you can keep him, that'd be cool.
You got enough talent. You got enough talent. Yeah. Trade his rights for like.
They didn't make the playoffs with him.
Something. He didn't do very well.
I mean, he did okay.
24 goals? I guess that's not bad, but like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck it.
He was expected to do
more. You think he's going to be good if he stays there and he doesn't want to play there? Look at Pierre-Luc Dubois.
I just don't think he wants. Exactly. I don't think he wants to be there.
All right. I guess you just got to find out if it's like one of the situations where it's like, hey, if you give me enough money, I'll play. I'll be fine to play.
I mean, that's probably what it is. I'm just being outlandish for the show.
But we shall see, I suppose.
Get him out.
What other Western series do we have left, though? Do we? I
believe we have 0.
We talked about. That's why I shifted into Senators news because
we screamed through it because we haven't been watching because the games are so late.
They're all late,
and also, who cares?
West.
I'm just kidding.
We only care about Dallas. We don't give a shit about the other ones.
No, I mean, there's a lot of good series going on over there.
Probably been watching the most. Which, for an update, Minnesota's up 1-0 after 1.
Damn it!
Come on,
Dallas sucks, man. I'm just saying
it's getting chippy as hell in this game too. There's some shit going on.
Sagan, he might as well just retire. Same with Jamie Benn. Get him out.
The other night.
I'm just talking, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, it was the tip in on the power play.
They never should have gotten rid of Kudobin.
Out of all the things, I think they're doing all right in goal.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, do you guys have anything else? Nick, have you golfed yet?
I have not.
Ooh, interesting.
I also have not.
I have. I sucked.
I don't even know if anything's open up here yet.
I mean, I don't know. How's it been up there? Has it been like rainy and wet? Or has it been like
this past week, a good chunk of it was like 40-degree weather.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, there hasn't been that much rain. I don't know if they're not open now. They will be soon. It's been warming up.
Everywhere is open down here.
Yeah, all the courses look nice. I just got to get out.
Yeah, man. We'll try and plan something here, unless you are busy.
Yeah,
all right. Well,
not busy on both days of the weekend. So,
does anybody have anything else they'd like to talk about?
Well, to show you the current state of Habs fan base boredom, the big thing on Habs Twitter this morning was a guy called Tony Marinaro. He was a guy that was on TSN 690 for the longest time doing a Habs show. Now he's got his own podcast.
Nice.
He said that this guy out of Columbus, Aaron Portzline, who's the athletic reporter for the Blue Jackets.
Yep.
He said he was talking to Nick Bobrov, who is one of the big head scout guys with the Canadians, and they said, Michkov's like Russian Bedard. We're gonna take him if he falls to us. And then it comes out like a couple hours later that the Aaron Portzline quote tweets the show, and he's like, I've been on Tony's show a couple times. I like him. He's cool. I didn't say any of this. And then it comes out after the fact that some random fucking, those just the hockey rumor sites that are just a dime a dozen, where it's just bullshit shit where they put some clickbaity headline and then they pull some like reference to a reference to a reference that maybe kind of means something.
Yeah.
And it was one of those articles that mentioned Portzline might have said something like that. And that appears to be what Tony went off of. And yeah, that was the big to-do today on Habs Twitter.
Unfortunate.
But like, I've also always known Tony Marinaro is a fucking idiot. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, he is. Listen, name like that, you got to go into like the pasta sauce business. Holy shit.
This is true.
Marinaro's marinara? Oh my god.
He's just a fucking blowhard that just likes to just say shit. I'm like, guys, what do you... He has good guests sometimes, and those shows are okay. Like he had Jeff Gorton on one time, which I guess I don't know how the fuck. But
I foresee a lot of stuff like that happening soon because Twitter just did away with the Blue Park thing. So it's like people are really gonna have to look at sources and look into like these profiles that they're retweeting.
They have to really look.
Yeah, because it's like
so
you
dumb.
don't get like the Adam Schefter blue check mark anymore. You got to look and see, is this the one with 6 million subscribers?
The thing that was always dumb about it was like, all right, do Twitter Blue or whatever you want to get added features, but making the check mark a paid feature,
that's stupid,
makes it pointless.
That's stupid.
The whole thing is to tell you this is the correct person. If anybody can just buy a check mark and put a random photo, then it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Like I could steal one of Mike's photos, put a check mark on it.
You could be me.
Be like, I'm not Mike.
You could tweet a bunch of slurs as me.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to be like, that's not me. But they'd be like, but it's got the check. Like, that's not me.
That's not going to go anywhere good, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I don't think it sticks around. I think some shit will happen and Elon will smarten up and be like, you know what? Let's reverse this.
Well, it's just like I actively know being on that site isn't good for me. I'm not going to give you money for it. Like, what are you talking? What are you talking about?
Well, I think he knows that, and he's like, "But you're gonna stay."
Okay, but that also doesn't. I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway. All right. Well, let's call it there because my ass is sweating, and I need to turn the AC on.
We've been going a minute. Actually, it's only been like an hour and a
half.
Hour and a half.
That's actually pretty concise for us. Let's pat yourself on the back, boys. All right, we'll be back next week. There will probably be a couple series done. Could be a whole lot. I would expect a few series done by the time we go live.
My prediction is a couple East series will be done. The West.
Oh, okay.
It's ending quickly in the East.
He doesn't want to say.
Okay.
Islanders are going to win every single game going forward.
Oh yeah, it's Isles and 6.
Get them out.
Let's fucking go. Isles and 6, baby.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. Peace out.